Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, Councillor Kobela Mudiba, Council Chief Whip, Councillor Adolf Rapezwa, Executive Mayor of Capricorn District, Councillor Mamidou Tefo, our local municipalities, fellow local municipalities, mayors that are here, from Lepelle Nkumbi, Councillor Dr. Miriam Molala, Molemole, Councillor Masilu Edward Paya, also from Blouberg, Councillor Maria Tamaha. I'm very much grateful to have you here with us. Let me also pass my greetings to all the speakers and chief whips of our municipalities that are part of this important occasion. Beng Mabu Maparangwe, Mahoshi Arena, Babalong Wanafa, let me also, with a special mention of our honored guests, Baba Fitlileofa, the Paramount Queens, Her Majesty Tlhapogadia Phatle, Queen Manyaku Tulare, Baba Nanle Renafa, we are greatly honored to have you. From Moshate Wabapedi, Hochwakakwa Raskukuni. Let me also greet Her Majesty, the Queen, the Reign Queen, Masala Nabo Mchachi, who will also be joining us. Our local traditional leaders who have been the pillar of strength for this municipality, Reatamisha Maparankwe, Areshu, Baka Mafatenga Matelele, Hona Malapeng Amaredi, Batlaloga, Bamuleji, Kafase, Rabueta Pilibia, Mutomperi Hoshi, Habumloto Abraro, Mukwena. Bakoni Bagadi Khale, Kafasa Pusho Taulo, Yetole Jimpele, Kimutomperi, Hoshi Dikhale Mrare, Kwa Kibushwangona, Hamulepo, Ditlo, Realidumedisha, Baoba Tilempele, Kimutomperi, Hoshi Maremo, Mulepo, Ditlo Chagaletuaba, Ditlo Matevele, Lelena Realidumedisha, Kafasa Hoshi Letuaba, Ditlo Baramakhoba, Bao Baitileho Peleke Hoshi Makhoba, Tlo Lelena Realidumedisha Tlotona. Ditlo Jara Mashashane, Kafasara Pusho Yahoshi Mashashane, Wabobedi, Lelena Letamisha Tlo. Ditlo Jara Maraba, Kafasara Pusho Taulo, Ye Tilero Pele, Kihoshi Maraba, Lelena Letamisha Tlo. Babina di Puti, Mushateng Wareshu, Kafasara Hoshi na Penyane, Rojoa Kwa Hamaja, Dikolobe Chabiatadi, Kamoka, Bao Baete Jumpele, Ke Hoshi Radi Mamabolo, Tukwadi, Ramole Kamo Mankweng, Lelena Realidumedisha, Dikolobe. Bakone Baramutiba, Baete Jumpele, Ke Hoshi Mutiba, Realidumedisha Mukoni. Gammogo le Magorena, Hoshiradi, Matlala, Baetilempele, Chabasaga Matlala Taba. Mremadi Atlavirwa, Elego Hoshi, gadi ya rena ya setšhaba sa bagaga ba ga Mothapo, Ditlou Matšhidi, go tšwa mošateng wa ga Tšhweni le lena re a letamiša bagolo ba rena go tšwa mošate. Representatives of the Zion Christian Church as well as the St. Agnes Zion Christian Church, le lena re a le dumediša baetapele ba rena ba sedumedi go tšwa Moria, the leadership of the South African Council of Churches and other representatives of faith-based organizations, Judge President of the Limpopo High Court, Justice Patudi, fellow councillors, the leadership of our glorious movement in this province led by Comrade Matachi, and in this region led by the secretary, the newly elected secretary, Comrade Matsimela. Let me also greet the leadership of our official opposition, the economic freedom fighters, and all political parties represented in council, the representative of various government departments and entities, leaders and members of organized laborers, South African Municipal Workers Union, as well as IMATU, the representative of vulnerable groups, youth, women, elderly, people living with different abilities. My family from the Mpetland, who are always supportive, Bagampe, Makobu Kamoka, Asfara, Hamoli Ditlou, from the Molepo families, including all my relatives that are here. Greetings to all of you. Let me also greet the inspiring Gauta BMX trio, which were invited to be part of this occasion. Our Miss Teenager South Africa for 2024-2025, Pearl Matebula, members of the business community, members of the sporting fraternity from various clubs. As we know here, we are blessed to have 3 PSL clubs, Skukune United, Magesi Football Club, and Polokwane City Football Club. Members of the academia from the University of Limpopo and other institutions of higher learning, members of the media who have been very supportive throughout, municipal managers of all our municipalities, both Capricorn, Tateslepe, as well as the city manager, Mayor Nomkumoni, and all municipal managers of our local municipalities in our district, fellow residents of Polokwane who are present in this hall, and as well as those listening in various media platforms. Good morning to all of you. Khoso. It is both a distinct honor and a profound responsibility to stand before you to deliver the 2025 State of the City Address. A moment that calls for reflection, renewal, and commitment to the collective vision of a people-centered, forward-looking, and service-driven municipality. The State of the City Address is a declaration of accountability, a mirror held up to our progress, and a compass pointing us towards the future our community demand and deserve. It is a platform to report back, to engage, and to commit anew, not with words alone, but with actions grounded in the aspirations of our people. This year's address is delivered in the month of June, a time in South Africa when we reflect on the sacrifice and the resilience of the youth of our nation. As we approach the Youth Day, we are reminded that progress is not inherited, it is fought for, shaped, and advanced by every generation. As Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow," I close quote. Our actions as leaders must therefore open the doors of opportunity so that our young people can walk through with confidence, courage, and purpose. In this month, we also commemorate the life and times of the Lion of the North, Peter Ramushwane Mugaba, who passed away on the 9th June 2002, 23 years ago. As a municipality, we continue to cherish the immense contribution of Peter Mugaba to our liberation struggle. And that is why we have named the iconic stadium that held the World Cup and continue to hold international and national games up in his honor. And we believe that we must do more to honor his rich legacy. And I want to thank the Mugaba family for their continued support to this municipality. We also meet today, just weeks after Polokwane once again demonstrated its capacity to host as a host city of national importance. During the Easter weekend, we welcomed million pilgrims traveling to Morea, where both the Zion Christian Church and the St. Agnes Zion Christian Church held their annual conferences. We thank our dedicated frontline teams, traffic officers, law enforcement officers, rescue services, and basic services departments for the professionalism and excellence they demonstrated during that busy weekend. Like we've always said that in defining Polokwane, Polokwane cannot be defined outside the two churches, because more than ever, many people today, they know Polokwane because of the Zion Christian Church. And we are grateful to the founder of the church for the great contribution to society and to progress, and also contributing to our local economy. Re a leboga. Madam Speaker, we also meet today at a historic juncture for our city's global diplomacy. Just a few days ago, I concluded a visit to the city of Marica and Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, where I joined other world leaders of local government, including the South African local government president, Councillor Becky Stofile, the mayor of Marica, Washington Qwaqwa, and the mayor of Kazan in Russia, Elsir Mechin, for the second General Assembly of the BRICS Plus Association of Cities and Municipalities. I was honored to represent the cities and municipalities in South Africa, being the only executive mayor and the only municipality to have been invited from South Africa in this important gathering of progressive cities and municipalities. During the assembly, we approved the founding documents of the association. Indeed, a historic moment. Establish thematic committees and tackle pressing matters related to cooperation amongst the BRICS Plus cities and municipalities. This milestone signaled the start of an era where Polokwane is not just part of the national conversation, but also part of shaping a new world urban order. One that is inclusive, development-focused, and people-driven. This global platform gives Polokwane an opportunity to forge strategic partnership on infrastructure investments, knowledge exchange, technology transfer, and sustainable development. It opened doors for economic and cultural exchange that will benefit not only the people of Polokwane, but also the broader Limpopo province and South Africa as a whole. Our hope is that in the near future, the cities and leaders of BRICS nations should visit the City of Stars and bring with them trade, investments, opportunities, and solidarity. Madam Speaker, we have arrived and the world is taking notice. We are also proud to be hosting the G20 work streams in leading up to the G20 summit in Johannesburg later this year. In May, we successfully hosted both the education and agriculture work streams, with more to follow. We want to thank SALGA for advocating for Polokwane to host these work streams, and many others patriots who have always wishing that Polokwane must always be remembered and be considered. The presence of international delegations in our city signal one thing clearly: Polokwane matters. It is now a recognized stage for shaping national and international development agendas. Our people must know when we open the doors to the world, we open new windows of opportunities for our youth, our entrepreneurs, making a contribution to our economy. And while we celebrate this global development, we must also pause to acknowledge the outstanding achievements of our local heroes. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to Miss Pearl Matebula. If she's part, she may rise so that we acknowledge her. Miss Pearl Matebula, if she's part of this occasion, but I know that we have invited her and the mother who will be jetting out to Peru at the later stage of this month. She will represent South Africa on the international stage at the Miss Teenager Universe Pageant in Peru on the 7th of June 2025. Hailing from Kotishing, Mohadikhale, Pearl is a shining example of elegance, confidence, and purpose. We are proud of her achievement, and we send her with our full support and blessings. We also celebrate the remarkable achievement of one of our own in the music industry. We congratulate Melita Mkhale, famously known as Karishma, for winning Song of the Year. Also hailing from Solomon Dale here in Polokwane, Mohadikhale. An outstanding milestone not only for her as an artist, but for our city as a cultural hub. Karishma's rise in the music industry is a clear indication that Polokwane is a home of talent and is a home to talent that resonate beyond borders. We honor her success and look forward to many stages she will still conquer. We must also, on the same note, congratulate Rakhwale Nelima Chete, famously known as Shandesh, Lethogonone Kunik, Quinana, known by the name of Kaichelos for their promising rise and waving the flag of Polokwane and Limpopo very high. We also acknowledge the presence of Kujo Khatla, also known as King Munada. We have also invited King Munada to be part of this occasion. In the same vein, appreciating Janisto and CK for their ever-enduring support to our activities and inspiring the likes of Karishma to also rise. Amid this proud moment and speaking of remarkable achievements and courage, I cannot continue without saluting the inspirational Gauta BMX trio, the three young men who cycle for over 1,700 kilometers from Begersfort, from Dubatse to Cape Town. Not for glory. Not just for glory, but for a noble cause. Their journey may have ended in Cape Town, but their message traveled even further. I suspect they have now made it unsafe to own a bicycle in their neighborhood. Because now everyone wants to be just like them. But on a serious note, may their determination inspire many of us to go the distance in saving others. And as we celebrate these champions, we also take this moment to extend our best wishes to the dedicated employees of Polokwane who will be representing us in the Comrades Marathon in Durban this Sunday. These colleagues are not only ambassadors of a healthy lifestyle, but a proud standard bearers of the Polokwane spirit, one of endurance, commitment, and unity. May the road rise to meet them. May they cross the finish line with pride. We are behind you all the way, all those who will be representing us, the likes of Ntate Johannes Musetla, who is originally Bamshate from the Skukuni area, will also be the oldest human being to have ever ran 87 kilometers. Madam Speaker, this year's State of the City address will elevate three key priorities areas of government: driving inclusive economic growth and job creation, reducing poverty and tackling high cost of living, building a capable, ethical and developmental local government. That this priority will serve as a guiding blueprint for the work we shall undertake. Madam Speaker, we gather here fresh from a comprehensive series of IDP and budget consultations across all our 7 clusters. In this meeting were well attended by thousands of residents, and I really want to take this opportunity to thank our residents for believing in this process of consultation and coming up in numbers. Our traditional leaders, our headmen, and ordinary people who have participated. From traditional leaders to ward councillors, community forums to citizens, we really appreciate. The message was clear. Our people see the work we are doing. Yes, they are calling for more. Yes, they are asking for faster and more quality service delivery. But above all, they are recognizing progress from gravel, roads, tar, and paving, from lights that now shine in previously darkened streets to boreholes that bring water closer to families. Change is visible. Hope is alive, and Polokwane is on the rise. Our communities are not asking for miracles. They are asking for a movement forward. And because they are seeing that movement, they are asking this journey with us, not in protest, but in partnership. That, Madam Speaker, a testament to what it means to govern with the people, not for the people. Our public participation process reaffirmed the injunction of the Freedom Charter that declared, now quote, the people shall govern, close quote. Madam Speaker, good governance at its core is about more than just administration. It is about participation, accountability, transparency, responsiveness, effectiveness, and inclusiveness. We are pleased to report that all our governance structures are aligned with these constitutional imperatives. These include the Portfolio Committee, Standing Committees of Council, the Audit and Performance Audit Committee, and its subcommittees, and most critically, Municipal Public Accounts Committees, which convene public hearing on a quarterly basis. And as the former Auditor General once said, impunity and accountability cannot coexist. These hearings provide platforms for the executive mayor and the administration to account directly to the public on both financial expenditure and service delivery performance. All council and committee meetings remain open to the public, ensuring that decisions that are made in a manner that is transparent and subject to scrutiny. Individual members of council are empowered to submit questions for written response from the executive mayor and to table motion for open debates. Furthermore, every political office bearer is required to account to council on the exercise of delegated powers and functions, with quarterly report structures in place through the council committees, the office of the speaker, and the office of the chief whip. In strengthening public participation, we have institutionalized clear rules and processes that allow communities to have a voice in municipal affairs. These include IDP and budget consultation, public petition, deputations to council, and quarterly feedback meeting hosted by ward councillors. In the late 2023, council commissioned a public satisfaction and perception survey on performance of ward committees. The insight from the study have guided improvement, culminating into ward committee conference held in September 2024, where valuable recommendations were adopted. Council have now adopted, in building on this foundation, have adopted a ward committee operational plans framework, which takes effect from the 1st July 2025. For the first time, every ward committee will operate with a formally approved ward operational plan for 2025-2026 financial year. These plans will include keyword information, scheduled project with budget and timelines, confirmed dates and venues for ward committees and community meetings, and designated reporting lines. Council will monitor the implementation of ward implementation plan to ensure that ward level governance is not only functional but directly responsive to the needs of our people. For the first time, community report backs by ward councillors is no longer just about any formality, it's about now institutionalized. A councillor that do not report back to communities, they know what will happen to them. And an example is the councillor that we have expelled from council. So reporting back to community is not by the way, it is a must and is a key component of accountability. Madam Speaker, Polokwane has once again demonstrated its commitment to sound governance by maintaining an unqualified audit outcome for the third consecutive year, after many years of qualified and negative audit outcome before 2021. This achievement is the result of clear, disciplined management and the consistent application of good governance principles. We want to thank those who are sitting on the Audit Steering Committee, the finance team, the accounting officer, and everyone, the MMC, for maintaining unqualified audit opinion for 3 years consecutively. We are further pleased to announce, Madam Speaker and the House, that another major milestones in related to municipalities' achievements, that Polokwane has become the first secondary city or the first municipality in the province to move from grade 5 to grade 6 status in terms of the upper limits for councillors. This means that Polokwane is now on an equal grading with the rest of the metropolitan municipalities in South Africa, and is thus taking a gigantic step forward in terms of our goal towards the realization of our metropolitan vision. As the late Finance Minister Tito Mboweni once said, and I quote, "Good governance with transparency and accountability is the hallmark of a developmental state," I close quote. This principle guides our ongoing effort to build a municipality rooted in integrity, fiscal prudence, and service excellence. To build the Polokwane we envision, a city of opportunities and prosperity for all, we must root out corruption and appoint competent personnel and create a pathway for our youth, our young graduates. Only the most capable the best the best of the best in the province must work for Polokwane. So if you know you are an average person in terms of accounting and you can't be a chartered accountant, you must look somewhere else. Because to build this city, we need the best of the best, some of whom are traveling all the way to other provinces, whereas they are supposed to be making that meaningful contribution to their city. Madam Speaker, I'm pleased to announce that Polokwane municipality has adopted a 6.4 billion budget for 2025-2026, which is projected to grow to 7 billion over the next 2 years. This positions us well on the path towards achieving our goals as a metropolitan city. The total budget that we have put aside in terms of the capital budget is just over 1 billion towards the critical infrastructure that will include water and sanitation at 370.9 million, roads, stormwater, and transportation at 280 million, electrification at 107.6 million, as well as our investment on refuse removal at 36.7 million. In terms of revenue, Polokwane collected over 2.2 billion during the financial year 2023-2024, an increase from 2.1 billion. And over the years since 2021, we have been able to move from 1.7 billion to just over 2.2 billion, as I have mentioned. This is an indication, a positive sign of financial discipline, but also that our local economy is growing, because for you to increase your revenue into those billions, you need to have a growing local economy. And we want to assure our residents that Polokwane remain the fastest growing city in terms of the economy, with many of restaurants, hotels, all looking forward to make their investment in Polokwane. So this budget is more than just figures and focus. It is a response to the lived experience of our people. A response to the voices we heard during the Integrated Development Plans consultation. Voices that did not whisper. They called out with clarity. They demanded change. They demanded dignity, and we listened. This budget will assist to overcome some of the pressing challenges raised by residents like Lehodi Matabata of Ward 41 during our consultation in New Jupiter. There are some challenges facing communities in Mapangula, Munotwane, Naledi, Mapeding, and Venus. We have heard their cries for service delivery, and this budget is our reply, bold, targeted, and action-orientated. It will respond to the issues raised by Tebo Pokungwana of Ward 34 in Mankweng. He spoke for Komaneng, Soreng, Munywaneng, and the surrounding areas. Communities where infrastructure is overdue and development must not be delayed any longer. Our response is not symbolic, it is specific, it is strategic, and it starts now. This budget will tackle consent by Patrick Bula its increase to these institutions that I have mentioned, or these entities. In 2025-2026 financial year, the municipality has implemented tariff adjustment to ensure sustainability of essential services and the rising input of costs. During the IDP, people complain about the tariff increase. And I said to the resident, I said, if the bakery increase the price, I'm just requesting that yes. If the bakery increase the price of bread, and you've got your own shop where you are selling this bread, you are also going to increase on the same rate. And that's what Polokwane is saying. We will not increase by adding an additional tariffs. So in terms of water, we will increase block percentage ranging from 10.2% to 11.2%, depending on the consumption. We have also introduced the principle of the more you consume, the more you pay, also to control or manage the demand. Electricity will also increase by 11.3% for those who are directly supplied by Polokwane. As you know, those who are supplied by ESCOM, they've already seen an increase of more than 12%. Other municipal services will be increased by 6%, but the rates and taxes for residents, properties, agricultural land, public service, infrastructure, public benefit organization will only be increased by 3%, which is less than 4% inflation rate in terms of the National Treasury Circular 129. This we have done to be considerate to our residents, that we understand the economic challenges and the high cost of living, and therefore we will not increase above the inflation rate. Instead, we will increase below inflation rates for those categories that include our residents. Our commitment to cautioning our most vulnerable residents remains steadfast in terms of our indigent support. In this regard, we have made provision for approximately 280 million in subsidies to ensure free 6 kiloliters of water to our residents that qualified as indigents, 100 kilowatts of free electricity, as well as 100% subsidy for refuse removal and SOCA charges. So they are excluded. And those who are indigents, once again, they are also excluded from property rates, charges. Madam Speaker, we have established in 2019 the Revenue Protection Unit, which has had a measurable impact on revenue collection and credit control. Through the use of technology and data analysis, the unit accurately identifies tampered and breached meters across households and businesses. In the 2023-2024 financial year alone, over 111 breached meters were detected, resulting in 7 million in levies in accordance with council-approved bylaws. We will continue to enforce a zero-tolerance policy on meter tampering and encourage residents and businesses to refrain from such unethical practices. We will show zero tolerance to any individual or entity engaging in such illegal activities. We recognize the financial challenges that households and businesses face. Nonetheless, it is essential that all revenue due to the municipality is collected to sustain our service delivery mandate. An aggressive debt collection program has been launched, targeting all sectors, including government. And we're happy that this program has yielded results, as 230 million was recovered from government departments alone. 230 million. Our firm action includes service disconnection and have sent a clear message: everyone must honor their obligations. Whether government or private sector, they must honor their obligations. Access to clean water and dignified sanitation remain one of the most fundamental expressions of service delivery. As a water-scarce municipality experiencing rapid growth, Polokwane continues to face significant challenges in maintaining sufficient and sustainable supply. Yet, in the face of these challenges, we are making real, measurable progress. As the former United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan once said, and I quote, "We shall not defeat any of the infectious disease that plague the developing world until we have also won the battle for safe drinking water, sanitation, and basic health care, I close quote. These words remind us that access to water is not just a service, it is a right, a lifeline, and a foundation for public health and dignity. That is why, even amid the constraints, our efforts are unwavering. Every borehole drilled, every leaking pipe replaced, every reservoir rehabilitated is a step forward in the pursuit of human dignity. Over the past 4 years, 12,080 households have been connected to clean water through standpipes and yard connections. In addition, 5,168 households now have VIP latrines securing basic dignity and hygiene. In the past year, the fourth industrial revolution powered Seshego water treatment plant was commissioned, producing 8 million liters of water per day instead of 1.5 million liters that was produced by the old plant. So the problems of water in Seshego are things of the past. Even the high-lying areas in Seshego are now receiving water. And I'm giving this example because when there is water, there is a lot in the social media. But now that there is water, where there is no water, there is a lot of traffic in the social media space. When there is water, I'm still to hear people talking. I've only seen one person saying, I've got a month without interruption in terms of water supply here in Seshego. And I'm giving an example of Seshego, not because the challenge of water is only in Seshego. Water interventions were prioritized in high demand areas such as BM Corner and Seshego Zone 2 and 5. Strategic upgrade at Seshego Hospital ensured reliable water access. As you know, it is the responsibility of public works or the provincial and national government to ensure that there is backup water in their facilities or in hospital. But as Polokwane, we went out of our way realizing the challenges then in Seshego by doing or drilling our own borehole inside the hospital and equipping it so that while there can be challenges, it must not affect patients in our hospitals. Rural projects such as Galbraith Phase 1, Sobaya Ndihale Phase 10, and Mars 2, Phase 2 were completed. Despite these advances, undeniable challenges remain. All wastewater treatment plants are operating beyond their original design capacities, compromising efficient wastewater treatment and placing pressure on environmental compliance. Rapid economic development and population growth have intensified demand on infrastructure already under constraint. Polokwane remains dependent on external sources for potable water, making us vulnerable to regional supply limitation. Sometimes you don't have water in Polokwane because there is a power failure in Zanin, in the greater Zanin municipality. That is the reality of Polokwane. Theft, vandalism of water infrastructure, particularly at borehole sites, continue to destabilize operations. People stealing cables. Equipment such as pump, electrical panels, and cables are frequently targeted by criminals. Illegal connections and aging pipelines contribute significantly to water losses. Frequent electricity interruption also remain a major obstacle to consistent water supply. Our testing laboratory are limited by outdated equipment and lack of full national accreditation. Our demand now far exceed supply in several areas, resulting in empty reservoirs and stressed distribution network for much of the year. In response to this, the municipality has launched a multi-billion rand forward-thinking infrastructure project. Chief amongst them is the construction of 100 megaliter per day regional wastewater treatment plant, currently underway. Phase B is progressing well with Phase 2C, delivering mechanical and electrical component, scheduled to commence in the 2025-2026 financial year. To ease the burden on the city's water supply, we are constructing the Sand River water treatment plant, which will deliver 80 million liters per day to our residents. This will provide a long-term relief, especially to the city's north and Ladana's industrial corridor. We're investing in the development of the Teflop Deep River well fields, upgrading conveyance infrastructure from the Tepnodir Dam and optimizing pressure zones in Polokwane urban water distribution system. Additionally, the city plans to expand the Mankweng wastewater treatment plant from 8 million liters per day to 25 million liters a day, with infrastructure readiness submission lodged with the national government for the construction or for the upgrade. To combat non-revenue water and unaccounted losses, we have accelerated the rollout of water meters for domestic and commercial users. We acknowledge the problem of meters or prepaid meters. That is why we have now partnered with the manufacturers of these in order to do what is called off-risk or the contract that will see both ourselves and the private sector taking a risk to ensure the reliability of these meters and also enhance our ability to collect revenue. We acknowledge the scale of challenges, but we are not standing still. We are building a resilient, responsive, and future-ready water and sanitation system. As we have announced previously, our 3-point plans that will see the short term being what we have already achieved in Seshego and the boreholes that we have drilled in various villages, various settlements. And also the plant that we are busy with in terms of the Sand River North. And the medium term being the upgrade of both Ebenezer and Olifantspoort, which is already, the project have already started. And the long term, Bamshate, being that once all the people of Sekhukhune are starting to get water from Dihuop, we will also have a pipeline from Dihuop coming into Polokwane. We are transforming our infrastructure landscape because road, stormwater, and transformation and efficient transportation remain a top priority for spatial equity and resilient against climate change. Hence, roads, stormwater, and transportation services have a total of 278 million that was adopted by Council, as I've alluded earlier on. In the past 4 years, 66.3 kilometers of roads were upgraded, from gravel to tar and paving. This has meant that in Polokwane, which is something that is not happening in any municipality in the province, every cluster in Polokwane, almost every ward have got a road that is been tarred or paved. In addition to that, we have already started to pave and tar all the roads leading up to Meshate Yaren. We have already completed roads to various traditional leaders, including Meshate, Yautsanlebo, Mutapo, Dihale, Mulepo, as well as Muleji. So we are on course to ensure that the villaging, they don't tell us that Kernabale Vaujwa Holelis Kontiri. Mo Polokwane mo rena les Kontiri. Rena le Kontiri mafilong a mantši. Gona les Kontiri. O ka se tsamaye sebaka se se telele gore o hwetše sekontiri. And so a o sa netabela ya gore o nyetšwe kgole le sekontiri ba mošate. Ke ra gore le mathare le bomme ba ba nyaka go nyalwa kwa di-villaging ba ska ba le kgonono ya gore ba tla botša gore no e ka re tla sokola le go leetela go tšwa ditoropong. We are building a metropolitan municipality. Moreover, a total of 18.5 million was invested in upgrade and 4.1 million in maintenance, reflecting our shift from reactive to preventative infrastructure planning. The rehabilitation of 9.2 kilometers of roads within the city cluster, encompassing 15 streets, including Church Street. You have seen how beautiful Church Street is coming to this municipality. Grobla, Dorp, Tabombeki, Bodensteins, and others. A direct investment in urban quality and mobility. We are not just patching potholes, we are resurfacing. MMC Mloto, we are resurfacing our streets. The successful completion of 4 stormwater projects, totaling 3.7 kilometers, will improve climate resilience and protect homes and businesses. These include the construction of 2 stormwater systems in Polokwane Extension 76. We have also built a canal, underground canal, in order to collect water from all over Seshego for the stormwater drainage. We are upgrading stormwater infrastructure in Laboria, near Jambo, Cash and Carry. And in addition to that, we have ensured that our road master plan that has been adopted is being followed to ensure that stormwater system is always prioritized as we protect our water. We have also incorporated the road master plan we have upgraded the road master plan to incorporate newly incorporated areas such as Aranang. In parallel, we are finishing the stormwater master plan, which will provide a comprehensive blueprint for addressing stormwater infrastructure across the municipality. Clusters such as Seshego, Mankweng, and the CBD are receiving focused attention due to deteriorating road condition linked to limited maintenance. While we are upgrading the city And I think all of us have seen our beautiful main state-of-the-art entry to Seshego through the Nelson Mandela Drive, the Ditlow Crossing, has now become the most talked about an entry point to a township. With 3 lanes going into the same direction and an extra lighting entering into Seshego. In the same vein, in the next financial year, we will upgrade the entry to Mankweng and make sure that the Mankweng road going into the hospital and the university is a 2-lane road, just like Nelson Mandela Drive. While service delivery continued to advance, several operational challenges were encountered. These include an aged grading fleet which delayed rural road maintenance. To address this, we have now procured 7 new graders, which has been deployed across the clusters. A shortage of operation and maintenance personnel also poses a challenge. The city has responded by employing 102 ad hoc workers and advertise 5 senior operator posts to strengthen the capacity. Flooding in vulnerable communities require targeted intervention. As a response, stormwater systems were upgraded in Extension 76 as alluded to Seshego, Ster Park, Gasemenya and Ivy Park. To combat the widespread proliferation of potholes due to rainy seasons, the city intensified the War on Potholes program, which has rolled out across all clusters led by MMC Mlot. To address the backlog in road surfacing, a strategic shift from traditional regraveling to cost-effective paving solution was adopted and resulting in 13 roads being paved since 2023. Despite budgetary constraints, the city prioritized shovel-ready project through a carefully reallocation of resources, ensuring that critical infrastructure projects continue moving forward. As we move steadily towards metro status, we are unapologetic in our commitment to deliver modern, dignified, and integrated public transport system to all our residents. Polokwane is one of the few cities nationally implementing integrated public transport network. With the support of the Public Transport Network Grant, what is called PTNG. At the center of this transformation is Leeto la Polokwane, a smart, people-centered, people-focused public transport system that now carries over 78,000 passengers each month across 3 major corridors. With real-time tracking, intelligent transport system, and a dedicated operations control center, Leeto is redefining urban mobility by improving safety, reducing congestion, and enhancing commuter trust through technology-driven transparency. Yet we are not blind to challenges. The delivery of 10 required 9-meter buses has been delayed, limiting our expansion. Council has already initiated legal action to recover the value of the undelivered fleet, reaffirming our commitment to our accountability, value for money, and consequence management. We have reported here previously of this corruption that we have detected, that we have committed to say that we will open a case and make sure that those who are responsible are held to account. Our success will not be possible without strong partnership with the taxi industry. including the Flora Park Polokwane Taxi Association, Seshego Polokwane Taxi Association, as well as the Western Back Taxi Association. Together, we implemented Phase 1A and are preparing for expansion to additional clusters in future phases, ensuring that no community is left behind. We'll continue to invest in universal, accessible infrastructure, transport infrastructure. We have successfully completion and operationalized Leeto la Polokwane. Those who have got time, you can walk across the road just to see the state-of-the-art bus station that we have completed. We have also begun to refurbish the refurbishment of the Oriental Plaza Indian Center taxi rank, as well as transforming the precinct into the modern multi-purpose precinct, with full completion expected to be 2025-2026 financial year. Looking ahead, in terms of key transport projects, the construction include the construction of a modern transit mall, a pedestrian-focused corridor linking mobility with local economic growth, and also the installation of 10 new bus shelters in Seshego, the inner city, and Flora Park, offering commuters safer and more comfortable waiting areas. Madam Speaker, the provision of electricity to all communities remain a critical developmental imperatives. We are pleased to report continued progress in our electrification rollout. And let me also take this opportunity to once again welcome the new director that we have appointed, who used to work for Tshwane Metropolitan. I met the mayor and he was accusing me of poaching. But I said that these are the sons and daughters of Limpopo coming back home. So let us welcome Ntate Moloto, Jeliko Moloto, who used to work for that municipality. The electrification program have reached 4,951 new households under this administration, lighting up homes, possibilities, and futures. In a world that runs on energy, we cannot afford to let any child do homework under a candle when solutions exist. We are building a city where every child has light, both literally and metaphorically. In our continued efforts to enhance public safety, reduce crime, and improve road visibility, particularly in high-risk and accident-prone areas, the city has made notable progress in the rollout of solar-powered public lighting. This initiative not only addresses safety concerns but also support our commitment to sustainable and energy-efficient infrastructure, also mitigating against cable theft. The municipality installed 12 solar high-mass lights and 40 solar-powered street lights in key areas like OR Tambo View, Zibidiela Road, Tibani, reinforcing community safety and nighttime economic activities. Maintenance work on urban lighting, particularly around University of Limpopo and Thabo Mbeki Drive, ensured public safety and accessibility. You have seen that this team is now hard in working to light up the city of stars. Polokwane is laying a foundation for inclusive economic growth through strategic infrastructure investment, decisive job creation, and targeted youth empowerment initiatives. All essential pillars in our journey towards a metro status. Polokwane is fast becoming a model of infrastructure-led development. The Limpopo Central Academic Hospital built on the land donated by this municipality, now under construction near Edu Park, represent over 5 billion public investments that will yield over time 2,400 jobs on construction and 1,000 permanent job positions. This project, in partnership with the DPSA and the National Department of Health, will redefine healthcare in our province. While we have completed on the same vein in terms of partnership, as you know, over the past year or two, on the land that belongs to the municipality, that used to be the greenery or the place where the municipality was growing plants. The municipality, in partnership with the private sector, has made that land available for the construction of the Greenery Shopping Center, which we all know now is operating. In addition, in the same precinct, a 710 million mixed-use development opposite that greenery, which will bring regional bank offices, an international hotel, let me repeat, and a luxury apartments, generating over 500 jobs and 9.9 million in annual municipal revenue. The Green Arc precinct will start to be built this coming financial year. The Provincial Theatre and Art Hub alongside R37 is a key part of our cultural and tourism strategy to preserve our own culture as Bapedi and as the people of Limpopo. It will include a theatre, recording studio, and a film development spaces. Bulk infrastructure designed and designs have been completed to support this landmark. The municipality will invest on major infrastructure as well as township development around that precinct on the R37 on the way to Leboago. We are also facilitating an Edu Park student housing initiatives, a 200-bed residence for medical students that complement the academic hospital precinct and support our growing knowledge economy. We remain committed to ensure that we develop a Polokwane game reserve into the Eco Estate, which is a flagship catalytic project that will redefine ecotourism and residential development located in the southern part of our city. The estate promises luxury living in harmony with nature. We believe that those who are environmentalists will support us. Councillor Joubert. This council continue to invest in the institutional capacity of the municipality. And let me also, in line with our major programs, also mention the fact that we are still on course to ensure that the land we have made available for TUT to build a new campus in Polokwane, we remain committed to that development and many other developments where we are using land in order to stimulate our economy. This council continued to invest in the institutional capacity of the municipality to ensure that our people are served with excellence and professionalism. Our transformation agenda is not theoretical, it is yielding tangible results. We have revolutionized access to municipal jobs through e.g. e-recruitment system. making job opportunities more accessible, especially for the youth in remote and rural communities. In a bold, progressive move, Council has scrapped experience requirement for all entry positions, breaking the silence that lock many out of employment. So young people who are graduate through the Graduate Employment Program, you will not be required to have experience, which means that many times young people who have passed or graduated with distinctions find themselves being required to produce experience. Where will they get that experience unless we give them the opportunities? So that is why we as a municipality have agreed or have adopted a policy position that will ensure that young people from various universities are able to apply for entry-level jobs, get those jobs without being required that experience. They will get the experience while they are working. Madam Speaker, can you request that there is a corner somewhere that is making some noise? And for some time I have been quiet with that corner, that you reign over that corner, and it looks like they are not even councillors. To equip our youth with the skills required for the economy of tomorrow.
For just a few minutes, Executive Mayor, can security please control that people that are making noise outside? Thank you. You may proceed, Executive Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. To equip our youth with skills required for the economy of tomorrow, we continue to forge partnerships that expand access to structured learning and work-based training. We have concluded an agreement with a private sector company for training and development. We successfully sourced funding for 319 learnership targeting young people in Polokwane. This program, set to commence at the start of the new financial year, will focus on electrical engineering, water and waste, water treatment, landscaping and plumbing. This is a clear example of a public-private partnership driving empowerment at this scale. These learnerships are not only a pathway to employment, but a tool for building a skilled local labor force that can support the municipal services and the broader economy. We understand that education is the most powerful tool to fight poverty. That is why 150 external bursaries have been awarded through the mayoral bursary to scarce skills in the field of engineering, finance, environmental studies. 56 internal bursaries for staff were also granted to municipal staff for professional development. In partnership with the National Department of Forestry, Fishery and the Environment, 256 graduates have been employed through Youth Development Program, gaining valuable experience in tourism, environmental management, horticulture, and occupational health and safety. Polokwane continued to grow its reputation as a regional economic hub and a tourism powerhouse. We are proud to host the annual National Tourism Career Expo 2024-2025 in partnership with LIDET and the National Department of Tourism, held at the new Pitamkawa Stadium. The expo inspired youth by showcasing careers in tourism, hospitality, encouraging innovations and entrepreneurs. As you know, Polokwane attracts investments of restaurants, that normally in other cities, they are in places like Sandton, Oceans Mall, Midrand. They have shown the confidence in our local economy by opening restaurants, not in the upmarket areas, but in the inner city of Polokwane. As per council approval, we are now a business registration center under the Limpopo Business Registration Act, a reform that will simplify business compliance, improve regulations, and unlock economic potential and entrepreneurship. We continue to reposition Polokwane as a tourism or tourist destination. The refurbishment of 4 chalets supporting facilities at the Polokwane Game Reserve is now completed. We remain resolute in nurturing local entrepreneurs and youth-driven innovation. Through robust partnership, public-private partnership, including Standard Bank, Hollywood Spets, Core Energy, Moonsoft, Leparo Incubators, we have facilitated over 1 million in direct SMME investment. Our enterprise support model focus on capacity building, market access, farming, and tech-based youth entrepreneurship. Our commitment to a clean, capable, and caring municipality continue to guide our efforts. We are building a professional municipal administration grounded in transparency, accountability, efficiency, and ethical leadership. Hence, we have emphasized the need to put the right systems in place to run an efficient municipality. This has prompted us to implement a performance management system that is now working, that is complemented by a consequence management system in order to improve efficiency. The implementation of the performance management system has made us to realize and improve performance by various directorates of the city. For the first time, Council considered the institutional performance report of above 80%. Thus, the system is the step in the right direction. The need to put in place the right system cannot be divorced from instilling the right institutional culture. This requires a change in attitude of our employees. As the author Simon Sinek says, and I quote, "Customers will never love an organization until its own employees love it first." I close quote. All this, however, does not mean that all is gloom. We have employees that go beyond the call of duty, such as Ms. Agnes Sedwaba from Revenue Office, who has won the hearts and lifted the spirits of our residents with her exceptional customer care skills. Recently, Mr. Thabo Siabela, acting manager, also at Revenue, have been praised for translating the call of duty in the service of our residents. And of course, our own Tipas Lala as well, who is appreciated for keeping everyone informed about the municipality's operation, challenges, and solutions. There are many others who, ladies and gentlemen, who are contributing immensely in the noble cause of Reaha Polokwane. Polokwane has embraced professionalism of the sector, public sector. We have appointed 4 chartered accountants in key strategic roles, a testament of our commitment to sound financial management and good governance. And some of these municipalities in Limpopo can't even attract 1 chartered accountant. Our internal training programs and performance systems ensure that we retain skills, talent, and drive result. That is why Magosha Reshurile, the best of the best must come from Polokwane. So if there is somebody performing very well in Mole Mole, we might knock on that door to get that person over to the biggest municipality in the province. It's not a crime, it's not a poaching. Municipality has also committed to the process of insourcing critical services, including security and cleaning. As you know, we've got a system which we call it is a mixed system, hybrid system where we've got private security, but we also have got security that we employ directly as a municipality. This shift will promote fair labor practice, ensure better oversight, and to enhance service delivery outcomes. For instance, the cleanliness of areas such as the new Peter Mkawa Stadium and the Civic Center owe a great deal to the hard work of our own employees. Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, when President Cyril Ramaphosa visited our municipality and convened a meeting at the council chamber with our provincial government, he described Polokwane as, and I quote, a city of cleanliness and a model for what is possible when local government and communities work together for a common good, I close quote. These words are both a recognition of our progress and a call to deepen our commitment. Indeed, waste management is more than the removal of refuse. It is a reflection of our value, dignity, equity, and environmental stewardship. In the past year, we have added 1,067 new rural households to our municipal waste collection system. Rural areas. Yet we remain deeply aware of the persisting backlog, especially in these rural areas, mostly dinageng tša magoši. Ke ka lebaka leo re ileng go aga the rural waste transfer station, which are already been implemented as we speak mo dinageng tša magoši gore re kgone go collecta ditlakala mo dinageng tša magoši a rena re di iša mafelong a bobolokelo go fihlela di fihla bobolokelong bo bogolo mo toropong. Further, land use rights have been required for the new transfer station in Hamaja as well as Gachweni, with the construction to begin after final approval to support the long-term sustainability. A consultant has been appointed to oversee the expansion of the Vreden landfill site with phased budget allocation. Our Keep Polokwane Clean campaign, underpins by the mayoral cleaning and greening and cleaning competition, has become a transformative movement, rallying the residents to take pride in their surrounding and actively contribute to a clean and healthy city. Akerabari, cleanliness is next to godliness. Batho ba tla re tlhompha ge re tlhompha rena ka borena, re tlhokomela mafelo a rena, metsi a rena re kgora re jwala metlhare. Climate resilience is an integral part of our approach to development. Through our greening program, over 25,944 trees have been planted since July 2021, improving air quality, enhancing biodiversity, and mitigating the effect of climate change. And that is why during that year in 2023, we won the Greenest City Award at the national level, where Polokwane was declared the greenest city in South Africa through this project. And I often say that, often encourage the practice of gifts. that when we give people gifts during their birthdays here in Polokwane, let's move towards giving them a tree instead of a cake, because each tree is a living legacy to the future generation. But with a cake, you might as well start having some health problems. Responding to the community concern raised during the IDP, we have procured 121 grass-cutting machines to enhance in-house capacity and to reduce dependence on external contractors. Through the expanded public works program, we have created 11,611 work opportunities, lifting households, especially youth and women, while delivering essential environmental services that benefit all. Madam Speaker, access to dignified and sustainable housing remain a cornerstone of our developmental agenda. We have made great strides in ensuring that the right to adequate housing is no longer a distant dream but a lived reality for many of our residents. I'm proud to announce that we are the first local municipality in the entire province to obtain a Level 2 implementation protocol accreditation, a designation that affirms our administrative capacity, our technical readiness, and our firm obligation to deliver on the human settlement agenda. Informal settlements are no longer a symbol of negligence. They are being transformed through systematic upgrades and relocations. To date, over 500 housing units have been built in Extension 126, Extension 127, with Phase 4 now focusing on top structure development, reflecting our commitment to an integrated long-term planning. We commend the Polokwane Housing Association for advancing social housing at Innerdale Extension 2, where the tenanting of 494 units began in February. But speed is of essence, and we expect that PHA will accelerate the allocation of these units so that we can deal with the high demand for housing. As a municipality, we continue to support PHA by clearing bottlenecks, engaging with regulators, and promoting innovation, smart and green housing models aligned to our smart city vision. We have also made a significant strides in asbestos roof removal, with 2,052 of the 2,737 units already been upgraded in Seshego. Ongoing work in Ward 8 and Ward 19. No resident should live in unsafe, that is our objective, in unsafe condition of the asbestos roofs. In honor of our veterans, 50 sites were donated in Ward 23 and Ward 19 homes, completed and others underway in rural areas. Security of tenure is equally important. Our title deeds program, already 2,153 of the title deeds have been issued. We will continue to build internal capacity to ensure that during this digital era, we govern smarter, listen better, and respond faster. That is why the city has introduced My Polokwane Citizen app, a groundbreaking innovation that has already redefined how we engage with our communities and address the service delivery needs in real time. This app is a bridge between government and the governed communities, a platform for participation, accountability, and progress. Previously, residents had to issue through fragmented channels of phone calls, emails, WhatsApps, messages, or physical visit. This was inefficient and frustrating and unfit for a modern city like Polokwane. Today, we have changed and things are better with the Polokwane Citizen app. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. This is a quote from Albert Einstein. With my Polokwane Citizen app, we are embracing the new intelligent approach to govern, designed not only to solve today's challenges, but to prevent tomorrow's frustrations. Madam Speaker, we have also recognized connectivity, that connectivity is no longer a privilege, it is a right. As part of our commitment to digital inclusion, we have rolled out free Wi-Fi at Seshego and the city libraries, giving residents access to government services, educational services, and community tools. This initiative will continue to expand to other communities, including our rural communities. Through this intervention, Polokwane is opening new pathways to opportunities, equity, and participation of all residents. Our journey towards becoming a smart city by 2030 is no longer an aspiration, it is a reality in motion. On the 30th of August 2024, we launched AFLA Online GIS Portal, a revolutionary platform for remote land development. Through this, citizens and investors can submit town planning, building plans, and cemetery application entirely online. Built on compliance with the Spatial Development Framework, Building Standard Act, and the Municipal Property Rates, AFLA promotes transparency, accountability, and paperless governance. Madam Speaker, a clean, safe, and a well-governed city is non-negotiable. Guided by Section 152 of the Constitution, we continue to enforce our bylaws, protect municipal assets, and uphold public order. We have developed security officers across all clusters, strengthen our municipal call centers operation, improve interagency collaborations, joint crime fighting operations. We are proud to report that 16 suspected involved in cable theft were arrested. Our Safer City operation have now expanded to include the Mankweng cluster, extending visible policing and enforcing to more communities. 3 control room operators, 2 technicians have been appointed together with other employees on permanent basis, integrated into municipal shift system to bolster service delivery. Our roads are now safer today, as we have witnessed during the Good Friday period, during the Easter period. We have recently appointed additional 8 new traffic officers, strengthening visibility and enforcement. The city traffic center in Ladana has been upgraded, and the phase 1 of Mankweng Traffic and Licensing Center, which included yard fencing, has been completed. Phase 2 construction is currently underway. Traffic service have now resumed in Mankweng following the restoration of equipment. We condemn acts of theft and vandalism against municipal infrastructure in the strongest possible terms. Looking ahead, we are now in this coming financial year going to roll out, which will bring a revolution to road trafficking or traffic management, an integrated traffic management system. This will include speed enforcement cameras. Don't say I did not tell you. Let me repeat. Speed enforcement cameras. Automated number plate recognition. These cameras will also identify if your your number plate is not for the car that they are on. These cameras will also tell us if your car, the car that is being driven, is a stolen car on circulation. Improve traffic flow analysis. This system will enhance road safety, reduce accident, and boost our ability to also collect revenue from traffic fines. Madam Speaker, Polokwane continue to assert itself as a sporting capital of South Africa, not just Limpopo, and a rising sports tourism destination of choice. Our commitment to healthy lifestyle, social cohesion, and international standard sporting facility is firm. One of our legacy projects, the International Softball Stadium, faced planning and budgetary constraints since its inception in 2019-2020 financial year. We are correcting that. Council has now budgeted co-funding alongside the National Department of Sports, Art and Culture. A new contractor and consultants have been appointed to ensure the timeous completion of this much-awaited stadium. Polokwane is quickly becoming a hub for major events. In just one quarter, we have hosted 44 events at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium, including football, school athletics, TVET College Championship, cultural festival, and marathons. We are proud that we hosted a World Cup qualifier between Bafana Bafana and Lesotho. A match that drew national attention and reaffirmed our city status as a premier sporting destination. We want to thank the people of Polokwane and Limpopo as a whole for filling up the stadium on that occasion. Our new Peter Mokaba Stadium continued to attract teams from Zimbabwe. As you know, the stadium in Zimbabwe do not meet the FIFA standards, and we have become the stadium to host their national teams. Namibia is utilizing our stadium. Due to upgrades of stadiums in Kenya, Kenya as well has agreed to utilize our stadium as their venue for national games, as well as Zimbabwe and beyond, providing its enduring international appeal. Peter Mokaba Stadium has become the venue of choice. Tomorrow, we are honored to host yet another international fixture, a friendly match between South Africa and Tanzania. We want to take this opportunity to welcome delegation from the South African Football Associations that are here, together with those from the Tanzanian Football Association. Further, this is further entrenching Polokwane's reputation as a hub for high caliber football. As if that is not enough, after this game, we will also next week host the game between South Africa and Mozambique. Polokwane is on the rise. We have also successfully hosted double-header, which was never done by any city in South Africa, of the Soweto Giants. Orlando Pirates versus Polokwane City versus Orlando Pirates, utilizing the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. And later in the day, Kaizer Chiefs versus TS Galaxy, which thrilled the fans from midday to late in the evenings, allowing those who have attended the game to leave their cars in the other parking of the other stadium and to walk into the next stadium for the next match. This was never done by any city in South Africa. That is why we are correct when we say Polokwane is on the rise. In addition to football, the recent Polokwane City Marathon drew over 3,500 runners, solidifying its place as a flagship event in our tourism and wellness calendar, and showcasing the city's ability to host large-scale inclusive events that promote health, community, and local economic activities. We are ensuring inclusivity in sports infrastructure with new and revitalized facilities in rural areas and urban areas alike. As you are aware, we have now renovated Seshego Stadium after 2 decades. The stadium is now alive again and is proudly served as the home ground of the Giant Killers Magezi Football Club. Which means in Polokwane, the 3 PSL clubs have got a place called home. With Kukune United utilizing the new Peter Mokaba Stadium, and as well as Polokwane City utilizing the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. You can be rest assured that all the clubs in Limpopo are not and have not been facing relegations. They will be in the PSL once again next year. We have also renovated Nirvana swimming pool, reopening in December 2024 after 7 years. Now it is fully functional. Sebaen Dikhale, a sports complex. We completed fencing, borehole installation, and septic tank in that stadium, and we are hopeful that in the coming financial year, the sports complex will be completed. In terms of the town pool, heat-up pump servicing completed. We have also completed the renovation in the previous year of the tennis courts at Becker Street to the international standards. Going forward, our strategy will emphasize compi courts to deliver sports infrastructure faster and at scale, especially in underserved areas. We develop, generate economic spin-off, create jobs for hawkers, security personnel, boosting revenue in the retail and hospitality. No one can argue the fact that during these activities, all our shopping malls, shopping centers are full. And the economy, the local economy of Polokwane is growing. And when Polokwane grows, Limpopo is growing. We thank all athletes and residents participating in the Polokwane Marathon, CDM 4-in-1, Seshego Marathon, Mall of the North Marathon, and many other marathons. You are ambassadors of our city, sporting spirit. In closing, I want to sincerely appreciate the support that we continue to receive from our residents and stakeholders, our traditional leaders, whom I've always said that I don't want to call anybody to call traditional leaders stakeholders. They are co-governors and shareholders in the government and the running of Polokwane. Because without our traditional leaders, we will not be able to deliver services to the most rural resident of our city. We want to say thank you very much for continue to believing in us as we quest to build a better Polokwane. Also extend my gratitude, my heartfelt gratitude to the residents who pay for services, residents who pay for services on time. Your civic responsibility strengthens our city and makes Polokwane a leader, a true leader in the province. We would not have achieved the grade 6 because to achieve a grade 6 or a higher grading, there are only two parables. The one is revenue and the second one is population. And I think in terms of population, we want to thank parents and all the residents of Polokwane. Our population is growing at a fast rate. But in terms of revenue, we also want to thank those that are paying on time. And we want to encourage those that are not paying. Please pay for services so that we can upgrade the infrastructure, so that we can grow the economy and create the much needed jobs. When we had the privilege of assuming this great responsibility at the beginning of the term of office, we embraced the overarching message of change. Through collective action, change is today visible. And we want to thank our employees for believing in us. While there were a lot of mumbling and a lot of gossip about where do we take the city to. And many people who did not know that at that stage for Polokwane to pay your salaries, they must first get the money from SARS collection from VAT. We had to turn the ship around and to make sure that today you've got a municipality that can pay salary, that can also budget for your performance bonus if you perform better. In the story of every great city, there are defining chapters, moments where the tide begins to turn. When hope is reignited and where the people feel seen, heard, and served. This is such a moment for Polokwane. From the boreholes that now brings water to families in our villages, to the thousands of new households electrified, from the roads that connect a child to their schools, to the street lights that makes a woman feel safe walking and jogging in that morning. Service delivery is not a statistic. It is the restoration of dignity. It is a government in action. It is a tangible expression of democracy. Our message is clear. Polokwane is on the rise. And I want to also thank my special guests that I have invited. You are all special. Give yourself a round of applause that you are special guest of the mayor. But I just want to mention our paramount king of Bapedi, Queen of Bapedi, Tlhapogadi ya Phatla. Re a le leboga le ba moshato wa Bapedi for honoring us. Your presence here dignify the fact that Polokwane is the capital city of your province. Also want to thank Ba Muchachi, the Rain Queen of the Balobedu, for also heeding to our invitation. Indeed, the presence of these two kingdoms will make the rain to fall even much better in Polokwane. It will rain more. It will rain more. So we really want to thank you. It is not always, it is very rare that you find the kings and the chiefs, senior traditional leaders coming to a program of a mayor in such a number. It shows that the work that we are doing, they all have seen and they have heard that Polokwane is on the rise. And we want to thank them, being our leaders, for believing in us as their children, that indeed we can continue to lead their cities to greatness. Yes, we are a growing city as Polokwane, and we want to thank our growth to all the stakeholders for making their contribution to this great city. Madam Speaker, these are not promises that we have made today. They are deliveries, they are victories that we have spoken about. The work is not done, but the direction is right. The momentum is real. The commitment is firm. As this administration, we are not just fixing pipe, building roads, or installing lights. We are building trust. We are rebuilding dignity. I want to thank as well the People's Movement, the African National Congress, for believing in me that we can fix Polokwane and regain the confidence of the masses of the people. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. We will continue to serve our people better with love, because we come from a movement that was established in 1912 by our traditional leaders out of love. Let the message ring across every ward, every village, every street. Service excellence, service delivery is back on track, and Polokwane is on the rise. Re a leboga. I thank you.
Ra leboga, the executive mayor. Please put hands together as the executive mayor is leaving the stage.